about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another, a first of its kind, unorthodox TADPOG podcast.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented. So many months into the pandemic, now we are doing our first everyone remote episode.
And by everyone, we mean everyone's here. It's like Smash Brothers.
Exactly. Or Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All right, well...
Or it's actually more like X-Men versus Street Fighter, because, I mean, it's kind of a small roster, to be honest with you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, roster of 4, so it's...
Powerful
four-person
characters,
fighting game.
A 4-person fighting game, like Kung Fu 2? I don't know.
Well, today we're going to be talking about NBA Hangtime. And to do that, we needed to bring on two basketballist experts. One, our very own Sandwich Pope, Phil Hawkins.
Basketball is my favorite sport.
And then, and then one, Usurper Grimm. Welcome to your first episode, your first pandemic episode.
Grimm's debut.
Hey, I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. You did it short notice, too, because like right before we were about to record, you sent me a message and you were like, are you guys going to talk about NBA Jam Tournament Edition as well? And I was like, maybe?
You want to do a podcast in 5 minutes?
Right, yeah. Grimm's like, I'm outside smoking. I'll be in 5 minutes.
Meanwhile, I'm like getting ready for this date with this girl I like, and then she's like, oh, hey, I invited my friend last minute, so he's going to be along too.
Yeah. Well,
Just to watch, though.
Your friend zoned.
That's my favorite zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Well, before anything, it feels very strange to be just in front of the scrolling WAV file in front of my computer and not in front of Dave.
I can finally watch porn on 3 monitors while I'm doing the show, so it's all fine.
Well, before we talk about NBA what have you guys been up to this week?
So, the reason we're doing this remotely
Oh, yeah, we're talking about that.
Well, that's my intro. My intro has a bullet. It says, well, my notes, it says intro. Let me minimize the porn for a second. Okay. My intro says intro in big block letters, and then down below it is a bullet point, and it just says COVID.
Everything sucks.
Yeah, everything does suck real bad. Everything sucks real bad. I don't normally get political at all on the show. I hate it, and I say this as non-politically as I can possibly do it, because I know that masks have been politicized, and I think that is bullshit. Like, please fucking wear a mask. Please wear a mask. Nikki may have COVID. We were supposed to find out from the doctor today. We didn't get a call back, because somebody she works with has tested positive for COVID. So, and that woman did not wear a mask. So, I'm super worried. And
Wait, did she not wear a mask because she thought it was bullshit?
Now, look, like I said, I'm not going to make this political.
You're not making it political by just saying what her political beliefs were.
I don't want to make it political, but to answer your question, yes. So I'm just, if you could, please do me a personal favor, and please wear a mask in public, please. Like when you're in a building, please. When you're near other people, please. Because Jesus Christ, man.
Mask.tadpog.com. You can order yours.
Yeah,
you for me.
Yeah, mask.tadpog.com. If you want a Tadpog mask, we get like a nickel on every sale. So buy a mask.
Hell yes. Hey, what the hell? We'll give that nickel to charity. Come on.
we'll
It's for a good
get
cause.
more masks. Yeah, so that's kind of been the stress level at our house. I've been pretty good with it for like up until today when the doctor didn't call, and it was just like, oh my fucking god, we have to wait another day, potentially longer to find out like how Nikki, whether she's tested positive or negative, because obviously she went to go get a test on Friday, so we don't know. We have no idea, and it really sucks.
Because the woman, the patient, bank patient zero, also decided to go on vacation as well. And like,
I
think
I don't
before
know
this
that.
she went to a high risk state and then returned and refused to wear a mask. Wonderful. Because my mom and then I'm not so bad with my mom. My mom went to Florida, of course, and then comes back, and she was only around bank patient zero for a day. But she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna quarantine myself and get a test. It's like, oh, well, shit, that's awful all the way around. Because I know that means for Nikki to Dave, from Josh to Nicole, like it's all man.
Yeah, because Josh works there too. Yep. So yeah, COVID.
And is Nikki quarantined at your house?
Yeah, she's quarantined at our house.
Man.
I mean, as far as wait, how do you mean? Like, does she leave the house, or like, are we separate from each other?
Right, that one.
No, okay. Because it's like I was.
Well,
like,
I guess you'd already all have it if she has it then.
Yeah. I was like, when did you have contact with this person? Oh, 4 days ago. Then if you have it, I have it.
Nikki, get in the cat room. Get.
It's like, look, I mean, look, I don't want to get sick, but chances are, good chance if you're sick, I'm going to be sick as well, and I'd rather not be miserable while waiting for that sickness.
But now you can have that hot bug chaser COVID sex.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that. Yeah, weird. Neither of us. It's not really working for us, weirdly enough. Weirdly enough. We're all just kind of like stressed out for like 3 days.
God.
Come on, baby. Cough on my asshole.
Well, that's different.
Infect my asshole.
I'm dumbly optimistic about it. And honestly, it's just because, well, really, it's just because I don't want to think about it otherwise. But I am optimistic about it. And someone else that Nikki works with did get her test results today, and she tested negative. So that helped me. You know, that's like, okay, all right. So there's that at least.
I mean, at least Bank Patient Zero is in her teller line, which is a plexiglass booth most of the time.
Right. Yeah, and they did a good job setting that up. So, yeah, I'm, like I said, dumbly optimistic, but I will say that, like, tensions are high. Tensions
You know
are
who that's
high.
really freaking out? That 70-year-old woman she works with.
Yeah, it's not a good scene. Just, so, I don't know, man.
Pardon our audio.
Yeah, pardon our audio, that's why we're recording remotely. So if you hear anything that's not sounding super great, that's probably...
So cheer us up, Pilgrim. Be funny.
Dave, I want to start by apologizing about making you feel self-conscious of telling your Ultima Online story. After
Thank you.
After listening to last week's episode, I was like, oh, I feel really bad that I made Dave not want to talk about Ultima Online because you really enjoy talking about Ultima Online, and those stories are fun. I just have a way of hurting those I love as a way to compensate for human emotion, so I apologize.
No, you didn't hurt me. What happened was you just flipped a trigger in my hell brain where it's like, oh, do people not like this? And then I thought about it for a real long time, and I was like, then that kind of spiraled, you know? And I was like, I don't think people like this.
Is that unique to our generation? Because, you know, I always contact you guys before these episodes. I'm like, if you guys want to back out now, if you guys don't want me to be on, you can do that. And there's always just this leaving this open area of doubt with the people that you're close to. Maybe they don't actually want to be with me or listen to me or hear me.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one.
It is our generation.
Yeah, I don't know if it's our generation, but I can definitely relate to that feeling. Maybe we're the first generation to talk about it.
Yeah, because you guys were talking about it last week of you being scared to, or not scared, but just self-conscious about talking to Tyler about turning the air conditioning off.
Yeah, where I sent him a message where it's like, do you mind if we don't use the air conditioning? Because I'm worried about the audio quality. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Feel like I'm, putting my friend out. Because I know that Tyler does not want to be sweaty and miserable.
I can lose the
either.
weight. That's fine. I can Slater it. Like an episode where he was trying to make weight. It's fine.
And to be fair, and I'm happy to report that pretty much everybody that has spoken to me has said that they did not notice a difference in the audio quality from the air being on and the air being off. So I appreciate the feedback. I don't know if you guys were lying, like Tyler asked you to do. If you were, and you don't care, that's fine. I'm happy to roll with that.
But say, the results are tainted no matter what. I'm self-conscious about it. Air stays off.
Right? I mean, look, you know me very well. But this has been an exercise in, well, I guess this is just like a little sacrifice that we make, I guess.
So maybe we'll get another stimulus and I'll buy a better air conditioner.
Yes, let's do that.
I ran the idea of starting a GoFundMe to get you a better air conditioner. People seemed on board.
Well, the split Mr. Cool I'm looking at is $2,600. So there you go.
All right, I got a goal to put on it.
Those Mr. Cools are pretty good. This show, by the way, is sponsored by Mr. Cool.
That's what Casey got for his garage.
And all your Pacific Northwest listeners are just sitting there like,
Is this some
it's
sort of...
70 degrees out.
Oh, yeah.
What? Air conditioning? Huh?
Oh, God. I haven't mowed my yard in like 3 weeks because it's just like, I don't want to go out there. And Henry's like, Dad, you want to go outside and play? And I'm like, you can go outside and play. It's fucking hot.
There's snakes out there. Have you seen that grass?
Yeah.
Play Pokemon Red. Don't get in the tall grass. Oh, Graham, what have you been up to? You had 5 minutes to
working.
think about an intro story.
Oh, I have intro stories. Oh, I have intro stories.
you were. I know you were saving some.
Yeah, just trying to decide which one I wanted to tell. And since, sports game, I can go with one that involves sports. So, there was a time where I actually played sports. Shocking, I know. Me and the missus, Master Sorceress Teal, went for a trip to Portland. She had to do some work, and I was left kind of with nothing to do because I couldn't check into the hotel. At the time, I was playing hockey, so I decided, take my hockey equipment with me, find a rink down there, try to get in a pickup game. That went off without a hitch. And I was like, oh man, I should probably go shower, go check into the hotel. I was like, I'll go back on the ice one more time. When you're out on the ice for a shift, as they call it, it's like 1 minute 15 tops. I decided to go full force after a puck all the way down the ice without really knowing completely how to stop when going that fast. My blade on my skate caught an edge, and I went down and dislocated.
Ugh.
First time, never broken a bone in my life, never sprained nothing. Boom. All of a sudden...
You should have done the sticky D.
Should have done a sticky D, but instead I did the nasty slap instead.
Yeah.
My old left arm started tingling, and I was like, uh-oh, something's not right. You know that feeling when you hit your funny bone? It was like that, but the whole arm, and it didn't want to stop.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so that's how our trip started. But the worst part of the story is, I get taken back to the locker room with some help. The guy helps me get most of my pads off. I'm just sitting there, basically in my jock with my cup and everything, and I start getting nauseous. I'm sweating. So basically, I think I'm going into shock. I feel like I'm going to shit myself, but also throw up on myself. And I don't know where the bathrooms are because someone decided to not put one in the locker room. You have to go out. Yeah, that's what I
don't know,
said.
man. Shit on the rink, I guess.
That's what I thought about. But, so you have to walk through the lobby area. Someone decided it was a good day to bring their 4-year-old daughter to work with them. So this poor girl, I'm pretty sure, is traumatized for life because I'm not a small man. I'm fairly heavy set. I'm wearing nothing but a jock, which for hockey looks kind of like bike shorts. Sweat pouring down my face. Dizzy, not knowing where to go, and she just looks at me, just look of just pure shock and horror. See this man like kind of lumbering towards her, but because she's kind of in the path to the bathroom, and the mom runs out and like grabs her daughter and pulls her away, and they're just all looking at me. You got my arms kind of like hanging out of the socket, and that's basically the story of how I traumatized a poor 4-year-old girl because I wanted to play a sport, and ever since then I don't play sports anymore.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story. And by the way, I've never worn a jockstrap. I don't even know what that's all about. Like, if you handed me one, I wouldn't know it. I mean, I know where it goes, but I wouldn't be confident that I'd put it on right.
That's how I felt because this was the first time I ever wore one. Lucky, like I said, these were more like kind of like spandex, like bike shorts. So it wasn't like one of those ones you see like in old like Revenge of the Nerds and stuff. They got like it looks like a weird looking thong with like a bulge for your dick and balls.
Your ass wasn't hanging
like
out the back.
the mummy's thong or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then had to take a $650 ambulance ride because I don't know where a hospital is. They had to put me under with the nurse called it the Michael Jackson drug to actually be able to put my arm back in socket. I'm like, wait, are you talking about the stuff that killed him? They're like,
That's
yeah.
what you want to hear.
Like, I think it's fine. It can just stay where it is.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. This is my first day.
But yeah, that was like 5 years ago now, and I still can't move my arm all the way right.
The thing about that story that surprises me the most is I cannot imagine a pickup hockey game. I cannot
I know.
imagine it. I believe you. You guys are both Pacific Northwest, and we are both, Tyler and I are both Western Kentucky. So this is definitely like two different worlds where like you live in a world where a pickup hockey game is possible.
Yeah, like a basketball game I can imagine because all you have to do is just walk up. Yeah,
right.
You don't have to ball. If it's already going on, you just auto join. So much less like have all your gear going and hoping other people have also brought their gear. Yeah, it's just that's awesome. You can do that.
Did what you did. Didn't you, as a kid, you bought a bunch of hockey gear when you were into like Mighty Ducks?
But I was the only one who had it. No one
I did
had
the
any
same
gear.
thing. I was into Mighty Ducks big time as a kid, and I'm like, I just waited another 25 years to actually buy all my gear, and then happened to find other people that did the same thing.
Because it's always my birthday money. Toys R Us.
Bunch of middle-aged guys on like what is essentially like a figure skating rink that happens to have lines painted on it for hockey.
That's just a common occurrence. They're just ice rinks. Go to.
Yeah.
You're not pay to get in.
outdoor
It's like
or anything,
open.
I mean, you have to pay for the ice time, but it's like negligible, kind of like paying to go to a public pool.
Okay. Ice time. A shift of ice time, as the hockeyists say.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, just like where were you at when we were doing hockey games?
Oh, I would have been a very poor resource during a hockey game.
So that's my forte. Like I know a lot about NBA Jam TE because I played it a shit ton, but you asked me like what a field goal is in basketball, I'm like, I don't know.
When you make a
I would
basket.
also be confused about a field goal.
That's when you make a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. They're both field goals. It's essentially the act of putting the basket or putting the ball through the hoop in regulation, not during a free throw.
A hooper.
I gotcha. So I was about to say, what is the what point is it not 2 or 3 points, and it's the free throw? Okay.
I was gonna look and see in my backlog what are the other intro stories. Graham's been like, oh, I got this great one. Because I know you told me before.
Oh, I mean, I got.
Was there one about ass eating?
There was one about ass eating. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Let me pick a topic at random. I don't know. Ass eating, perhaps?
Right. I gotta be honest. I was a little disappointed that hockey story didn't end with you eating ass.
I can tell the ass eating one. That's fine. That was short. To the point.
Ass eating.
Google gobble.
So, my first girlfriend ever. First time having sex, all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? I always wanted to try eating pussy.
Okay.
Sorry, Taryn.
I was going to say, I know you didn't just drop that on somebody who's like their first time. You're like, I'm going to eat your ass.
No.
I've always wondered.
No, I was like, hey, I'm going to, I want to go down on you. I've never done it before. And she was kind of like, no. I'm like, no. Seriously, come on, let me. So she finally did. And it's dark, we're 16 years old or something like that. In like some random bedroom at a friend's house.
Oh, yeah,
go down on her,
yeah.
Make my way down there, start doing my thing. Next thing you know, I'm in the wrong hole. And I just get up, start gagging. Because I don't know if she didn't clean herself well enough or what.
So it's all dark. You only knew you got there because you tasted something different.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Man, it feels like I'm tonguing a 9-volt battery down here. What's going on?
Yeah, basically. And I don't know if she ever recovered because I know I made her feel really self-conscious.
Oh, no, she
I
didn't.
was like, this is the most disgusting thing. Straight to the bathroom, scope mouthwash, brushing my teeth, whatever I can do to get the taste out of my mouth. And yeah. And she was just left in the bedroom, naked and crying.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Did you break up after that?
Not too long after that.
Yeah.
So wait, not too long. There was a period of time. What was that period of time like? Okay, what was that month like?
Did you fuck again?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right,
Definitely.
okay. Well then,
I mean-
it wasn't that bad then. No one was too terribly scarred then.
Well,
Did she let you go back down on her though, or did
no,
you even ask?
I didn't want to. I was like, no, no,
How
thank
long?
you.
How long before you went down on somebody again?
2 years?
How long
Okay.
before you ate ass again?
Never.
Never.
Oh.
I'm not really
Never.
into the ass play. No.
Well, a dirty one. If that's all you had, of course you're not.
I mean,
Yeah, try
kinda
the glazed
get scarred
donut.
for life.
Get your wife on. Bring her in. Let's talk about this.
She's working. Hey, but I was even skeptical. I was even skeptical about going down on my next girlfriend because she was like, hey, like, what's wrong? And I had to explain the story. She's like, she was just dirty. It's fine. I was like,
Fine.
okay.
Eat my ass, bitch.
No, she just liked it when I took my finger and kind of rubbed it around it as we were actually fucking. Not even put it inside, just kind of around the rim, like a
Dot
turntable.
the
that's
eye.
nice.
Dot the eye.
Yeah.
Yep, basically.
Like you're scratching records on a turntable.
Some in the folds.
Hey, I got a weird question for you guys.
Yeah.
Off topic, but you capture a live mouse in your house. What do you do to dispose of it? What is your tactic?
Well, funny you bring that up. Yeah, I work for Terminex. That's what I do. I put it between two glue boards and kill it and throw it away.
What boards?
Glue boards? Like, I don't know, like, did you, like, it depends on, like, did you catch it on, like, a glue board? Like, do you want to let it live?
No, it
If you,
was quite alive and healthy, and I cornered it in my bathroom. So I have this live, uninjured mouse in my hands, and I have to figure out how to terminate it in the most humane and quick way possible.
So this is a Hawkins live crisis right now. This is like happening right now.
No, this happened over the weekend, and I came to the best decision I could make, which is to spike it
Garbage disposal.
spike it on the concrete like it's a football.
I mean, what I was going to recommend is put it in a small trash bag and take a mallet to it. So, I mean,
Yikes, y'all. Jesus.
dude, that's not even the most ruthless I've ever been with something like that.
I was gonna say put on your Aussie shirt and bite its fucking head off.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what's the right answer? What is the most humane way? Because I asked one of my friends, and they're like, "Oh, just put it in a 5-gallon bucket of water, and it'll slowly drown." I'm like, okay,
No.
okay.
Did you try telling it UO stories until it was bored to death?
No, you did the right thing, I think. Like, really, I mean,
Quick death.
quick death, yeah. I mean, it did not survive or feel. It was dead as soon as it hit the pavement.
Yeah. What I actually did was
That 1 second of flight time as it was headed towards the pavement, he might have been like, oh shit, and then it was over. So,
I actually let it go the first time, and it.
No, sorry, Phil. You already said you spiked it on the pavement. So.
well, you don't let it go, because it's just going to come back.
Well, it came back by way of my cat's mouth, who brought it into the house at 2 a.m. and woke us up. He has a very distinct yowl that says, "I have brought something home, and I am presenting it." And he.
What does it sound like?
He's meow 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 meow. It's very quick and very rhythmic, and it's always in the middle of the night. And
He's demanding attention. He wants you to know how good of a predator he is.
Right, and he never kills. He releases them into the house, and when we hear that sound at 2
Let
a.m.,
the games begin.
yeah, it means you've got 10 seconds before this mouse comes out of shock and runs away. So
What do you do?
the
He's
night,
the Shao Kahn of the Hawkins household.
yeah.
Finish him.
So he had actually released the mouse in our bedroom the night before, and we didn't see it. And so on Saturday night, we found it, and I was able to capture it, and I released it into the street, and it ran off towards the neighbor's house on the other side of the street. And then 4 hours later, we hear Bogomil yowling and wake up, and the mouse is there on the floor, shocked again. So I grabbed it, brought it outside, and gave it the Super Bowl treatment.
Because my dad would always, he had live traps, and he would put them in a 5-gallon bucket with a little bit of turpentine, and they would run around and get slow.
All right, this has been a fun podcast. You guys can wrap this up. Just send me your audio when you're done.
I only have lethal traps in my house, so it's not a problem that I would.
Snap traps, that's the way to go. It's quick and done.
I feel terrible. My mom had, she was a science teacher, a middle school science teacher, so she always brought, the classroom pets home. And we had several mice and rats growing up in the house as pets, and it's really, really hard for me to terminate once looking at me and quite alive and healthy. And yeah, so I'm trying to expel my pain onto your listeners. I will feel better. They will all feel bad. And
This will be our most contentious episode to date. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
don't worry.
I'm really sorry to all of you who are really squeamish about this sort of thing. I regret this now. None of you all needed to hear this.
This is your UO punishment. Regret it, Phil.
Cut the audio where I asked about what you guys do with disposal of mice and start now. All right.
Yeah, play some upbeat 70s music, and then, cut to now.
NBA Hangtime, fellas. NBA Hangtime.
You guys want to talk about NBA Hangtime?
And
I want to
how?
talk about the whole NBA Jam trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know it was a trilogy until, maybe last night.
Well, it's like a Super Nintendo trilogy. Then there's another one where it becomes NBA Showtime, like on the PlayStation or something.
NBA Jam Extreme.
Well, it's
That might have been Saturn.
it
Well,
splits.
NBA Jam is the different. That's the Acclaim series, and what Hangtime is midway.
Yeah, the denomination splits in the mid-90s, and we get two different religions coming out of the NBA Jam Bible.
So I guess this is the more Episcopalian of the two. The other one is NBA Jam is Catholic, and here's the Episcopalian flavor. Or is that too religious for everybody to know?
We're sorry. We're really, really sorry for this whole episode.
Yeah, just blame it on COVID.
I didn't know this game was part of NBA Jam's legacy. Like last week when the randomizer chose it for us, I was like, I assumed that this was like a basketball simulator.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was pretty much NBA Jam. Like it's pretty much
Yes.
NBA Jam. Like that is what it is. It has extra things added to it. It's NBA Jam plus plus.
Did that still taint your experience going into TADPOG Church?
If you're asking me if I enjoyed the game, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy the game. And it's weird. So all day I've been trying to figure out why did I not enjoy this game? I enjoy NBA Jam.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason is, and I really hate to say this, I'm not saying that NBA Jam is a bad game, but in my personal viewing, I think it's nostalgia. I think I have a nostalgic spot in my heart for NBA Jam and NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and then like that spot in my heart is filled. It has 2 slots, and it's filled. And it's like anything outside of that, even if it's NBA Jam even if it's essentially NBA Jam plus plus, just doesn't do it for me. Like, it just doesn't do it. Because, like, while I was playing this game, I was like, I could just be playing the game that I actually like, NBA Jam.
I mean, I could see that. I enjoyed it. I don't feel like I'm nearly as good as I once was, but to me, it felt like playing a deluxe NBA Jam because you have that create a player mode now and set your own stats, and which I thought was very cool. Otherwise, the gameplay was just like NBA Jam, but I do not like the strange toe dipping into the uncanny valley that this game tries to do to make the heads more realistic.
No.
And it just ends up looking fucked up.
It's like permanent big head mode.
Yeah. But otherwise, I made the created character is kind of weird in that it's only, well, for the most part, it's only cartoony, like a basketball for a head, a gorilla in a Viking helmet, Santa Claus, or Socrates.
It feels like you're basically creating a mascot player, except if the mascot's head was fused to a human body.
Yeah. Although there is one human, there is like a little kid in glasses.
Uh-huh.
The kid looks like, I don't know, what's his name? Marilyn Manson from the Wonder Years.
I was thinking Sponge.
There you go, yeah.
I thought he looked like off-brand Harry Potter.
When he's actually playing, he does look like Harry Potter. Because I feel like the picture, and then what it looks like on the person, and then what it looks like playing are all 3 different images.
He's Sky Mall Harry Potter.
Safeway Select Harry Potter.
But I made a super fast shooter named Daddy, I.E., from the weird little kid. Made him very tiny, very fast. Still didn't hit a lot of threes with maxed out shoot like I hoped I would have. I lost every game that I played. It was always very close, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the nature of these games. Like, that's kind of the other thing where it's like, and when I said earlier that I think it's nostalgia, when I was a kid, when I played NBA Jam in middle school, I fucking loved it. Never owned it, but a friend did. But, like, what I liked about it was, man, it feels like every game we play is a nail-biter.
Yeah.
And I love that. But, like, now as an adult, I'm like, oh, well, they make it easier for you to score if you're behind. So it's just like, that's why they're all nail-biters. So it's like, you don't have to be good at this game as long as you are good at the very fucking end.
Yeah, this is true. Because once I figured out, because I always had Rodman. For some reason, I just like, first team I was, Bulls, sure, fine. Daddy and Rodman, that'll work.
Daddy Rodman.
Until I switched them out and got Daddy Pippen, and then I did much better. What about you guys? What was more of your experience actually playing Hangtime?
I mean, I think creative player is by far what makes this thing stand out.
Totally.
Because they are NBA Jam, Tournament Edition, Hangtime, at least at the Super Nintendo level, they're all pretty much the same game. The graphics are very similar. You really only need to own one. So it's kind of picking which one has the features that you like, or the rosters that you like from that given era. So that's kind of why I gravitate towards Hangtime, is because it has that creative player mode where, outside of the actual weird mascot heads that they give you to choose from, you can actually make your player better. You can earn points to put into your statistics and gradually max out all of their abilities, including height and weight, where you have to put in points to make them taller or heavier, which has actual mechanical purpose in there that you are harder to push down if you're a bigger player. So
you take on ectoplasm to account for your new mass.
You do. You can go from 5'7" to I think 7'3" is your maximum height, or somewhere up there.
You go from Muggsy Bogues to like Shaq. Okay.
Yeah.
Shaq is not in this game.
Shaq is not in this game. There are some notable players who are missing from this game.
I read that Shaq was like intended to be in the game, and then like there was some kind of mix-up between like Shaq's family and the developers.
I tried to find any sort of information on that, and all it said is there was some contract mismanagement with Midway, and the O'Neill family could not reach a deal in time for publication of the game.
Seems very bizarre.
but we did get Shaq Fu out of it. So
Let's say, did Midway do Shaq Fu?
no. So all the players all the big players that were absent from this game, had their own games. Some of it, like Michael Jordan, was because they were
Chaos
not part
in the Windy
of
City.
Chaos in the Windy City and Space Jam. There were a couple players, Muggsy Bogues and Charles Barkley, who were in Space Jam and were not a part of this game because they were in the Space Jam video game that came out for the Saturn.
Okay, so Barkley also had Shut Up and Jam. And then, I'm trying to think, I feel like there was another person who had a weird contract.
Well, there was Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball, but that was that was before
I remember
this.
that one.
Yeah, there's
All in all, like, I don't know. So NBA Jam is the one on IGN's Top 100.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm kind of wondering why.
Probably
Since-
because that's the one that everyone knows.
That's just the
Yeah.
OG.
I think it's the name. I think you take NBA Jam and rename it. Because, like, take me, for example. Look, I'm not into sports games, but I feel like, compared to the average person, I'm probably more into retro games than the average person. Like, I'm not an expert. You've listened to the disclaimer. You know that. But it's like, I didn't know that NBA... Right, we're crass commentators. I didn't know that NBA Hangtime was an NBA Jam game. So it's like, I don't know. Like, but then again, I'm also not into sports games. You know what I mean? It's just like, that is a genre that is just like, forget about it. Don't care.
Well, I think
Grim,
that's
you're the expert. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no. Okay, I was gonna say I think that's why the NBA Jam has the name recognition. That's why it's on the list. This game brought the 2-in-2 arcade basketball genre really to the forefront and made it its own genre. And that's why it's high on there. It's number 36 on IGN's list. But I think if you were to replace that with either Tournament Edition or Hangtime, those are probably objectively better games. They just don't have the historical impact that the original had.
Because what I've heard is that there's some contention between Hangtime and Tournament Edition, and that what you prefer, because there's the creative player versus all of the outlandish cheats in Tournament Edition.
Yeah. And they both had unlockable characters, but Hangtime only, the secret characters for Hangtime, I think, were just developers, whereas Tournament Edition had Bill and Hillary Clinton. They had George
Will
Clinton,
Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah.
It had Will Smith. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff,
I think-
the Beastie Boys.
Wow.
I think the arcade version had a lot more unlockable secret characters than this one.
And I'm way more interested in that, honestly. Like, one of the first things I said when I, was streaming this was like, what are the cheats like?
Yeah.
And then Grim sent me the cheats, and I remember looking at them and being like, well, okay, I'll just play the game. But it's like, I remember, like, playing NBA Jam and NBA Jam Tournament Edition in middle school and being like, we fucking lived and died by Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, big head mode. Like, that is like, what are you doing after school? Oh, big head mode in NBA Jam. Because we don't really like sports, but this is fun.
I know 911, the Konami code, and the code to make Hillary and Bill Clinton appear on NBA Jam. That's it.
Holy shit, you have it memorized?
No, that's what I'm assuming you do.
No, we didn't play it that much.
I mean, NBA Jam was my jam for a few years. So everybody, how did the hamburger introduce his girlfriend? Do you know how? Do you know how the hamburger introduced his girlfriend?
No.
Meat patty.
Ah.
There you go. Let's go jazz this episode.
There are 39 hidden characters, the SNES version of Tournament Edition.
What are they?
What? Wow.
Yeah. You have Air Dog, which was like...
I tried Air Dog.
Wasn't it? It's like another kid.
Yeah, I was really hoping it was going to be a golden retriever in a jersey, but it was just a kid.
Another one named Chow Chow, which I believe you tried that one as well.
I played Chow Chow 2 also on the hopes that it would be a dog. No, it was a man who I guess was a programmer.
Blaze.
He was better. He was better than Air Dog.
Chow Chow?
Yeah, Chow Chow way better than Air Dog. I'm sorry, you said
He
there
was
was
a lot taller, too.
Yeah, I mean, he had some experience on him, I think, and definitely a height advantage.
Blaze, Kirby. I don't know if that is Kirby, but yeah. Kabuki, Snake, Scooter Pie.
Scooter Pie?
Scooter Pie, which actually makes me think of Scrubs, which is kind of cool. Heavy D, not to be confused with Sticky D, his
the
cousin.
rapper?
Yeah,
Yeah.
presumably, yeah.
Falcus, whoever that is. Jazzy Jeff, Kid Silk, Bruta, Musket, Moose Cat, Hill, Prince Charles,
All right.
Weasel, which I don't know. I'm going to assume Pauly Shore. Or a
The weasel.
literal weasel. Frank Thomas, Big Hurt fame. Fresh Prince, Will Smith. Facini, Facine. So do with that what you will, pronunciation-wise.
Oh, Facini.
Facini, there you go. Thank you, Phil. Ad Rock, someone named Jay Moon, someone named John Carlton, Mark Turmel, MCA of Beastie Boys, Mike D, Randall Cunningham. That's a weird choice. Jamie Rivet, Sean Liptak, Tony Goski, Sal DeVita, Crunch the mascot, Hillary Clinton, the Charlotte Hornets mascot, Chicago Bulls mascot, Bill Clinton, and last but not least, the NBA legend Larry Bird.
These mascots have names. Well, Crunch is the Minnesota Timberwolves mascot.
I was about to ask, is that Captain Crunch? Or
No.
Okay, so because man, I'd be all over that.
Hugo is the Hornets mascot, and then I think it's Benny Bull for the Chicago Bulls.
I feel like some of those are very cool, but overall it feels like kind of a huge missed opportunity for the development team.
I would assume a lot of those names that I didn't recognize were members of the development team.
Yeah, make cool characters people are all going to want to play.
Yes, make an NBA Jam ROM hack of all cereal mascots. And I am fucking in. I would pay $40 for that. I would pay $40 if I could play as, like, you get to choose your team. It's like, it's just 2-on-2 basketball. There are no alliances. There's no teams. It's just you get to pick, like, Captain Crunch and Frankenberry. And you can put them on a team together and then they play basketball. That's all that I need.
Just shut up and take my money.
$20 for the cereal mascot team. $20 for the Hanna-Barbera complete set. $10 for the complete U.S. Senate. And then...
This is a ROM hack, not an EA-made game, Tyler.
but I'm down, man. I'd pay, because then you get to pick and choose. Because, like, I'll be honest with you, I am only interested in the cereal mascots.
Do Snap, Crackle, and Pop count as one player or 3 separate players?
They're like the Lost Vikings and Heroes of the Storm. So, yeah, they count as one.
Okay.
They'd all have to, like, stand on each other's, like, shoulders and...
Totally, and wear a trench coat.
Yep, and a fedora.
One can throw the other out for an alley-oop, and then the third can pass him the ball. Yeah, I like it.
Exactly. When you push them over, which you can do in all these NBA Jam games, and the refs are like, well, I guess it's during a referee strike or something. I mean, they're just like, you push each other. It's fine.
That guy just dunked from, the other side of the court, so we'll allow it.
But this, I feel like in this world, in the NBA Jam, NBA Hangtime world, Space Jam is probably canon, and that is absolutely why the characters, and the basketballmen in Space Jam do not appear, because that is happening.
At the point when they lost their powers?
Yes, that's happening. So it's like, of course they're not in the game. They're
Yeah.
Is Patrick Ewing not in the game?
No, Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, and Sean Bradley are all in the game, and they were in Space Jam. So they have gotten their powers back. But Muggsy Bogues and Charles Barkley have not, and Michael Jordan is fighting them on stars, so...
That's probably where Air Dog comes into play. He probably got those other players their powers back, but he couldn't do it all.
There's actually 40 hidden characters. I missed one. It's separate. His name is Stud Muffin, and this secret player requires a special extra step before he can be used. At the first license buy screen, you have to hold down a set of, certain buttons, and you won't receive any confirmation, so you'll never know if it actually activated or not until you, get into the game. And then afterwards, you do the same thing like the other. You enter certain initials, and yeah, you get a guy named Stud Muffin. Doesn't say much about him. Doesn't say, if he's like super powerful player or anything like that. It's just...
Yeah, I think I'd still rather have Dig'em Frog. He's got maximum jumping ability.
Gotta love Get him, man. And like his dunks never get soggy.
Does Mikey from Life cereal count as a cereal mascot?
He's actually the announcer.
What about the old lady from Where's the Beef commercials?
Sorry, that's in a different expansion. That's in the fast food expansion.
Yeah.
Which I would also
okay.
buy for sure.
Speaking of the announcers, they did change over the announcers of this game, which I think gives a little bit of an edge towards Tournament Edition.
Yeah, it's a downgrade. The announcer's a downgrade.
Yeah.
In Hangtime.
Tim Kitzrow was the first announcer for the NBA Jams games, and then it was Neil Funk for Hangtime.
I feel like, and again, like this is all speaking from nostalgia. So like, again, remember, I'm a crass commentator. I don't think that this game, I don't think that Hangtime, I don't think it brings the energy that NBA Jam Tournament Edition brings. Like, I don't know. I love to create a character. I think that's a really good idea. It's such a good idea that I wish it was an NBA Jam Tournament Edition, the better game. Because it's like, I feel like the music is weaker in Hangtime. I feel like the sound is weaker. I feel like the audience is just like in the games you play, they're just like bored to be there.
Yeah.
The announcer, I feel like, is not as good. But then, meanwhile, they add a whole bunch of nice things. Like they add alley-oops, which I wasn't able to pull one off. I didn't even try. But that's cool. I remember a point in my life where I learned what that was. And was like, oh, they do that in basketball now?
I thought that was only baseball.
Well, I feel like there was like a weird like point where it's just like, that's all anyone could talk about. Like alley-oops. That might have just been my personal experience. Right. Also when Allison accidentally gets it in the butt. They also added double dunks in NBA Hangtime, which I guess is where you're about to dunk, and then you pass it to the other teammate who then dunks.
Yeah, the AI will, if you go up for a dunk, sometimes the AI drone teammate will jump 10 feet over your head so that mid-dunk you can press the pass button and throw it to them, and they will dunk it. So it's an alley-oop, mid-air pass.
Okay.
And I think if you do 3 of those in a row, then your whole team catches fire, not just the single player.
Oh, okay.
So very cool. I like those additions.
Yeah.
I like those gameplay additions. I like the character creation addition. Just for me, man, I don't know. Like, I know it's nostalgia and it's tough to fight, but I think the reality of it is I don't like games like this. So the only way that I can connect with a game like this is through the fun I had with NBA Jam specifically in my childhood.
Yeah, you weren't part of the NBA Playgrounds tournament at TADPOG Prom 2019, were you?
No, I wasn't. And I'm glad you bring that game up. I'm super glad that game exists because I know that a lot of y'all really enjoy it. And I think that's great that there is like a modern day equivalent to this game that people love, the NBA Jam series. It's just not my thing. You know? It's just not my thing. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad that people enjoy it. It's just, it ain't me. Ultima Online, on the other hand.
Ultima Online.
It's definitely my thing.
Which is now downloaded, so I can play. I could be the Artie Bucco chef at any time now.
I don't
have
understand.
bad
Is that cereal
news.
mascot?
I have bad news. We were looking at getting a house. It was a great deal on a house. It was right outside like a ruins that spawned undead constantly. It would have been the perfect spot for the Thieves Guild. And then Grim informed me, unfortunately, that house is no longer for sale. Had a great price. It had like a little storefront and everything. I mean, good lord.
Damn.
Is the real estate market really, really difficult to get into in Ultima Online?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on UO Outlands specifically, which is where we're playing. I assume it is on pretty much any free shard as well, but yeah, it's tough to get in.
There is a caravan like 2 plots down for 500,000, Dave.
Oh God, but caravans suck, man. They're like so much less space. Like I love that you found that, but it's like this spot. What we were looking at was only 200,000 more, and it was literally more than double the space.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because after you talked about Thieves Guild, then I'm like, shit. All right. Now I have to play. Now I have to play if we're gonna have a guild house and a Thieves Guild and fuck shit up, and it'll be all right. Now I'm in.
I still want to do it. We just need to find housing. And I have been. What's sad about it is it's a Thieves Guild that I've been trying to fund through my tamer. Because it's like I can't make enough money doing this thieving shit. I gotta if I want to do like real money, like if I want to get enough money to buy a guild house, I have to do it on a non-thieving character because it's just better. It's just faster money. It's not as fun, but it is faster money.
Not.
Tell Choctaw just to buy one with real money off some side.
I mean, I would do it if that was possible.
It probably is possible. We just haven't looked into it enough.
Yeah, I'm lazy.
And I don't want to spend real money.
What's the barrier to entry for people who have never played?
Have you played Diablo?
That's the answer to your question is very high. The barrier to entry is very high. Like learning wise, I do feel like the learning curve on Ultima Online is higher than your typical video game. But I think that what's nice about it is UO Outlands is 100% free. It is a free game. So as long as you're willing to try it, and like I would suggest try it. And if you feel like there's anything in there that is like appealing to you, stick with it and learn it, and you'll see benefit from that.
Yeah, because I was in kind of the same boat. I never played Ultima Online before, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. It's hard to stick with it the first couple times you get PK'd. It really kind of smashes your spirit down. It makes you not want to play. Especially when you're holding on to like 10,000 gold and a bunch of stuff, and then you're dead, and you go back and everything's gone. It's hard to come back from that, but if you can, then you will be able to continue in the game.
Or be like me, don't leave town.
Or be like Tyler.
Okay. Okay, I'll give it a try. I'll also go back and listen to that whole part on Wednesday because my microphone got unplugged during that and I missed all of that. So, but that'll be a fun surprise. That will also mean a bit more editing on your part because my Audacity stopped working for those 20 seconds.
You're done. Goodbye.
Thanks.
I'm just gonna say, you just send me your first part of the audio, and then it's definitely gonna be a Poochie died on the way home. No, I'm not doing that.
All right.
I'm not doing that. Goodbye, Phil.
All right. Thank you all very much. This was fun. Do you want me to stay on board, or should this be a pleasant treat?
No, stay on. I'm just fucking with you. But now I'm definitely sitting here being like, God, man. All right. I'm glad you got it worked back out, though. Rap, that was quick. You got it figured out quick.
Yeah, literally, it just came out, and
Oops.
and I
Put it back in. Oh shit! Put it back in.
Yeah, and Audacity decided, I'll pause. Don't worry, I'll pause and wait for you to get on. So I actually had to restart that and re-record. So.
Oh, that was okay. All right, Audacity did us all a solid.
Did it though? Because now my audio is going to not be synced unless you get into that file and change it out.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck real bad.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, it's gonna suck real bad. It's fine. I'm drinking. I'll do it drunk.
God damn it. We're sorry. We're so sorry.
Tell us about how you kill that mouse again.
You guys have any achievements?
I've got a few.
Go for it.
My first one is in a big country, threes stay with you, which you get in a big country, threes stay with you if you allow Bryant Big Country Reeves to hit 2 3-pointers against you in one game, as Dave did in his first game against the Vancouver Grizzlies.
I gotta tell you, I have no recollection of the actual games that I played.
Yeah.
That's on Twitch. This is how the stream ended. Oh, I think I just made a full court 3-pointer, but I'm not sure. Okay, good night, guys. That's how into the game I was. I was not
There
into
was
the game at all. A little bit. Near the end.
Yeah.
I did have to go to bed before the gameplay actually started.
I drug it out. Yeah, I teased it.
You got that sweet intro loop, though.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Shrek.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and then Shrek. Yeah, and the create a player where you like Shrek is absolutely a character that you can make, that's fun.
That's the achievement I have.
Yeah. Bryant Reeves' career, 2 of 27 three-pointers in 6 seasons before he retired due to back injuries. First Grizzly to ever be drafted.
How do the human players feel about it?
Killed 70 men in his career.
I just imagine the 2 threes that were actually hit and how that managed to happen. I've got one achievement.
Okay.
Bear Grylls, and that is where you make a bear and then play against the Grizzlies.
Okay, and then drink your own pee if you lose.
Yes, exactly. Or if you win. Whichever.
Yeah, whatever. It's a free country. Do whatever you want.
Wear a mask, don't wear a mask, drink your piss, whatever.
But please wear a mask. I don't care if you drink your piss, but please fucking wear. If you drink your piss, the chances of like you harming other people is very low considered wearing a mask.
If you drink your piss and then wear a mask, no one smells your piss breath, so they don't have to know your sin. So you're fine.
Boom. Problem solved. It's simple.
Sitting here trying to remember the achievement I submitted last night, and I think I got it. Mine was.
I can help you with that. It's on my list if you want.
I think I got it.
Okay.
So the achievement is Charles Schreckley, and you get Charles Schreckley by winning a game by only scoring points with the bastard child of Shrek and Charles Barkley.
Nailed it. That is in fact what you submitted. It was on my list, along with 3 others, and one is absolutely also Shrek related.
Yes.
And that is Shrek is love, Shrek is slim. In order to unlock Shrek is love, Shrek is slim, use the Duckman code, which was the name of my character in the game. I created the character Duckman, no A, Duckman, to play as Shrek during his hot girl summer. Because my Shrek was minimum height, minimum weight. Because I didn't know why you needed those stats. But apparently it's so you can knock other people down. I guess. I've got another
Very
achievement.
important.
Yeah, it is. It's really important to be able to knock people over because I feel like I don't know. You can steal the ball in these games,
No.
but I feel like it is way more effective to push a dude down and take his ball.
Yeah,
Yep.
don't put your points into steel, put them into power, and just knock fuckers out.
It's a good life lesson.
Yeah, absolutely. We can all learn something from NBA Jam. It carries over to Ultima Online, really, if you think about it. The next achievement I've got comes in from Paul Korn, although Damian Ramos also had the same achievement title, which I thought was interesting. And also Damian, I need to give him credit for Shrek is Love, Shrek is Slim. NBA Bang Time.
Nice.
And in order to unlock NBA Bang Time, win a game of NBA Hangtime and then go have sex with somebody because you're so cool.
The Postmaster, Damian Ramos.
Postmaster, yes. Postmaster Damian Ramos and Rhythm Master Paul Korn shared that achievement title. I've got one more that comes in from Gentle G, and that is I am your god now. And in order to unlock I am your god now, dunk with the god face on.
So great.
That works.
Santa Claus.
Socrates,
I always
God,
thought it was
Santa Claus.
growing up.
You decide.
Yeah.
I feel that Santa Claus argument, but I feel like who is Santa Claus without his hat
Right.
or glasses? You know, like
He's a
if he
sick-ass
doesn't have a
basketball
hat-
player, that's what.
I guess you're right. You know, I would love to play as Rudolph, like the stop motion animation Rudolph. I think if he was in this game, it'd probably be my favorite basketball game.
You just want to play a game as an animal, is what I'm getting.
I'm pretty much just a furry, yeah. So if you guys, like, when my wife dies of COVID, if you could hook me up with, like, a hot reindeer girl, that would be fucking sweet.
Well, good news. Fruit Brute is a playable character in the serial basketball game that we've created. So
Man. Is he a secret character? You have to, like, 2 versus Fruit Boot? It's your two teammates, you and another teammate versus Fruit Brute, just himself. And if you guys win, then you can play as Fruit Brute.
yeah.
Then you fight Yummy Mummy.
Yeah. Yummy Mummy's like the Goro of NBA Jam. Serial edition. It really just writes itself. Look, if any developer out there is
Is
looking
that
for
King
like
Donovan? Damn!
Oh shit. Any developer out there is looking for a big picture kind of guy for your next basketball cereal game, hit me up.
Is that a pan-racial family smiley eating cereal?
Thank you for
the
going
Buscemi
there.
family?
Thank you.
I've got one more.
You got one more, Phil? Go for it. And also tell me why Me Want Honeycomb mascot is the worst cereal mascot of all time.
Because Honeycombs is the worst cereal of all time.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good reason.
I'm not familiar with the Me Want... Oh, God. Okay, now I am. I had to
Kind of like...
Oh God, the memories! They're flooding
Yeah,
back!
yeah. Imagine the Quiznos, like, monkey bats or whatever the fuck those things were called, and, like, dial them down 4 notches. And that is what you get with the Me Want Honeycomb.
Yeah, it's like if Crash Bandicoot fucked a critter.
Yes. Which we know he has.
And with that, my next achievement is, he's not my Vetus, he's not your Vetus, he's our Vetus. And that is to beat all other 28 teams with Portland Trail Blazers center Arvida Sabonis.
Don't you have to do... Okay, so I need your expertise. I need the NBA Hangtime, NBA Jam TE expertise, because I do not remember which one of these games you had to do this.
Yeah.
But in one of those games, you had to beat all the teams, and then you played against secret characters, correct?
That was Hangtime. It could have been Tournament Edition,
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, you win the championship by beating all 28 teams. You have to input your initials, and it keeps track of your character, which is a fun thing. You have a saved file on there, depending on on your initials that you put in there, so you can keep track of wins and losses and stats. You can compare stats across different player profiles. If you got a buddy that plays on there, you can see which team score defends better, like that. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that is very cool. I do like that. I like that system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was in Tournament Edition. I never was able to actually beat all the teams. Most of the time I just spent getting my ass beat by my brother, so.
You didn't even get a chance to play this game. You were just beating your ass all the time.
No, exactly. That's exactly it.
So
I would have played the game. Quit hitting me.
I looked up a fun story about Arvida Sabonis when I was doing research for this game.
Who is that?
He's one of the greatest players to never make it to the NBA, or at least not until late. He came over to Portland in 1995 when he was 31. He had been a Soviet Union phenom when he was young. He was drafted in 1986, but stayed in the Soviet Union. Later played for the Lithuanian team, and USSR broke up. And in the 1992 Olympics, the story that I found, so their team, the Lithuanian team, was sponsored in part by the Grateful Dead, who helped pay for their way over there. So the Lithuanians, they had tie-dye warm-ups, and you can find pictures of that online.
I'm looking that up right now.
Yeah.
I'm pausing the pornography. Lithuanian tie-dye basketball jerseys. I'm looking it up.
Warm-ups, not jerseys. They're warm-ups.
Oh, basketball warm-ups, okay.
And so the Lithuanian team placed third. That was the year that the Dream Team.
Holy shit.
Yeah, isn't it fantastic?
Holy shit, I want one of these. How can I get one? Also, why the fuck hasn't Fish sponsored a basketball team?
Yeah. But this was Lithuanian's first basketball team since they had come out of the Soviet Union, and they ended up placing third with Sabonis, and after their third place game, Sabonis and his teammates went back to the Olympic dormitory during the first place game, and Sabonis challenged fellow Olympians in arm wrestling for shots. And one by one, wrestlers and shot putters among them, Sabonis beat them. This is from an article I found on Grantland.com. By the time of the awards ceremony, 3 Lithuanians, including Sabonis, were too drunk to make it to the podium.
All right, I like that.
Sabonis was located a couple of days later in one of the women's Olympic dormitories.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I've heard that those Olympic villages are just like sex fields. That's what I've heard. Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not. Clearly, I've never been to one.
Never been to a sex field?
No. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I ever want to have sex with anybody who is super athletic. Like, that is just like, that is not, I don't know if that's super appealing. It's not super appealing to me. I'll go on the record.
The muscularness, or that they are so much more fit than you?
Just the hardness. You know what I mean? I prefer a soft body.
I bet like
something I can relate to, you know?
Like a curling team would have. You know, you don't need to be super fit for that.
Do you think they make fun of each other, like the sex village, if they find out that somebody had sex with someone on the curling team?
You like the soft bodies.
Sweep, sweep.
Oh, look, I am fucking a curler. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Oh, polish the ice. Oh, it's coming. Oh. The target is like a clitoris. Curling.
The curlers are really good at giving head. And face.
You can still buy the shirts, by the way. You can buy the 25th anniversary edition silver one, or you can buy the original tie-dye ones as well. And I provided
for $56.
Yeah, that's for the original.
You gotta get the original because the original's tie-dye. The other one is just a green shirt, and fuck that noise. But it is like a skeleton slam dunking a basketball, and his jersey just says Lithuania on it. This is awesome.
$55.
That's a lot, though. Yeah, that's a lot. Look, I don't even want to pay for Ultima Online, and I love it. I kind of like the shirt.
Just gonna hover my mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this tab open as well. Maybe there should be a prize. Like if anyone shows up to next TADPOG prom wearing a Lithuania bronze medal winners Barcelona 1992 tie-dye shirt, you get.
We have to all buy them. We're all the Lithuanian team.
That's what we tell the hotel when we check in together.
Don't you recognize our Lithuanian accents? Oh shit!
They even have cell phone covers. Just saying.
Oh my
God.
God.
Putting that out there.
Oh my God! You're right. They do. Man, this site looks like it is straight up like eBay circa 1998 or something. Skullman.com. Okay. So, Grim, I have a question for you. Also, Grim, you're good with just being Grim, right? You want to reveal your true identity, or is Grim good?
I'll reveal my true identity. Make it a little special.
All right.
You want me to reveal it?
I mean, it's up to you. I feel like we probably should have done this at the beginning, but I didn't even think about it, because in my mind, every time I've talked to you, you're Grim. I've heard your real name once.
I've heard it a few times.
More than once. If you go back to the Patreon exclusive Piggy Palace, which was amazing, by the way. I cannot wait for more of the continuation of that set of stories. There was a character, Mike Grimm, who I kind of found out was named after me. My real name is Mike. I'm just another one on the pile of Mikes in the TADPOG Nation.
Yep, welcome, Brother Mike. Another Mike.
Yes, sir.
Here's the Mike pile. Here's the Paul pile.
That Paul pile is big. That Paul pile is big. We are popular with the Pauls.
I'll even take it one step further, because, I mean, you got Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, you got Master Mold Mike Lanham, Archive's Cute Butt, Paul Korn, or Rhythm Master. I prefer Archive's Cute Butt. But Mike Zimmerman. There you go. Full name out there. Come find me.
All right, everybody, look him up.
Unlockable
Dox
character
me.
in the serial basketball game. Mike Zimmerman.
General Mills, CEO.
They do make that sweet, sweet Cheerios that I do love so much.
You know, guys, I really came around on the Honey Nut Cheerios B. As a child, I didn't like him very much, but now as an adult, I find him kind of nostalgically charming.
The mascot's cool, but the cereal can suck it.
Oh, see, I think I've always liked the cereal more than the mascot. Honey Nut Cheerios that's a pretty good cereal.
Ah, man, just give me plain old Cheerios any day. Maybe
I like plain
like a
old
little,
Cheerios, yeah.
little bit of sliced banana with it or something. But Honey Nut
see,
Cheerios were
much work.
good back in the day when they actually used like real nuts instead of like just some like nut flavoring.
Instead of these nuts.
Exactly. So I remember just like as a kid, I would get Honey Nut Cheerios and like, you know, they had the honey and whatever glaze on it, but like there'd be like these little tiny chunks of like ground up peanuts like stuck to it with the honey. And they're like, no, that's too expensive. We need to make money. Get rid of that. And,
We just hired that bee. We need to cut down on ingredients.
mm-hmm.
I don't like fruit in my cereal. I don't like. I'm too lazy for it, and also I'm just a trash person, I guess, because it's like I don't know. Nikki will add like blueberries and like strawberries, and it's like pour the cereal in the bowl, add milk, give spoon, and I'll eat 4 bowls, and then it's like we're good.
Nikki, do I look like Fruit Brute?
Unlock me, challenge my power.
Cheerios are the only cereal I'll put any fruit in, and that's like a rare treat if I'm
Interesting.
like super like motivated to do it. Most of the time, the bananas will just sit there and go brown, and the box of Cheerios is gone.
You guys ever think about adding magic shell to cereal? I have. I've never done it, but I've thought about it.
Mm.
What is magic? Oh, the ice cream topping?
Oh yeah.
I've not.
I'm a big dipped cone guy.
My
The cones are good.
grandfather introduced me to just putting a big scoop of vanilla ice cream in your cereal.
Ooh.
Okay, fuck yeah, that sounds really good.
It is fantastic. It really
I
works
need to go
with
buy some
everything.
vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, I just found out how lazy I'm actually not. I'm just too lazy to add fruit to my cereal. Turns out I'm not lazy enough to wait for the vanilla ice cream to be warm enough for me to scoop it and put it in the cereal.
I mean, that's why there's microwaves. 2 seconds. You don't even have to wait.
Yeah, is that how you do it? Normally I warm up the scoop, but my results vary.
Every time we get a scoop, it breaks, so we don't even buy scoops anymore. I just use a really big spoon.
Just use your hands.
Just reach right in there. Not even a bowl, man. I just reach right in there, handful of ice cream, and just shovel it in my mouth.
You just put your hands in
squirt
the oven
nozzle.
for a minute so they get real hot, and then put them in the ice cream.
Yep.
We use a couple of seashells here at the house.
Don't even bother
some,
to wash out the sand. You just, a little extra crunch ice cream.
Ugh, yeah, I love a little grit in my cereal and ice cream.
I like nuts in my brownies and grit in my cereal.
All right, can we talk about nuts and brownies for a minute? Like, is that a deal breaker for anybody here?
No.
No, I like it. I'm very impartial. It's like when I see a brownie and I'm eating it, it's always like, oh, there are nuts in here. Okay.
It's like an added treat, It's like, I'm okay with it if there's no nuts, but like, if I notice that there are nuts in it, I'm like, ooh, bonus.
Because I know TADPOG sweethearts Josh, Nicole, Nance. We'll not even look at a plate of brownies there.
Huh.
They hate the
Purists.
texture change.
Fantastic. That's more nuts for us.
Yep.
So we only bring them brownies with nuts so they can't eat anything at their next brownie party. It's gonna be
I like
wonderful.
walnuts in my chocolate chip cookies, But just put nuts in whatever, I'll eat it.
All right, I want to go around the table. Best nut.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Aside from these nuts, of course, but best nut. Outside of these nuts.
Saturday, March 21st, 1999. My parents were gone. It was really the 4 best nuts.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you have a little house to yourself. Yeah, you can take your time.
A record
Is there-
7 nuts.
Yeah, wow. I had to go to the doctor.
And by that, I mean hazelnut.
Yeah, hazelnut. Okay.
Now,
Hazelnut turned into Nutella. Okay.
if I'm
Hazelnut by itself.
if I'm answering honestly, it's probably almonds. I like almonds best.
Almonds are good. I like almonds.
Say, walnuts. I really like a good walnut.
All right. Okay, I can respect that.
See, it's hard because I like nuts for different purposes. Like
I get
for
it.
snacking, a cashew.
Yes.
Yeah. Cashew's good.
In my brownies, walnuts. In savory food, almonds. Like almonds and Brussels sprouts, love it. But I remember I ate them till I was sick, and now I don't have access to a Whole Foods anymore, so I haven't bought them since. But I used to love buying Brazil nuts and dipping them in raw honey.
Ooh.
So
I
might say Brazil nut, but also in cookies, macadamia nuts.
Macadamia nuts. That's when you were saying it depends on what it is, like the use of the nut. In baking, absolutely macadamia nuts. Absolutely. I fucking love them. Just regular snacking, I'm very basic, and it is just straight up peanuts. And I'll put peanuts in ramen. I'll put peanuts in. I'll just throw peanuts in things just to see what. I wonder what it tastes like with
Peanuts
peanuts.
Anything Asian, peanuts, absolutely.
I was like just kind of nostalgic for old Subway when they actually had good white chocolate macadamia cookies and
Oh, yeah.
good sandwiches. Circa 20 years ago.
Yeah, they had that. I can't remember what the sandwich cut was called, but it was like the V cut at the top.
The boat
you know?
cut.
Yeah.
I was watching Happy Gilmore the other night, and they have like the scene in there where he's doing a Subway commercial, and they show it, and it has that cut, and I just
The
felt
cut
like,
combo, right?
yeah, I like a little tear. I was like, those were the days. I used to go to one. Lady Grimm, Master Sorcerer Steel, used to work for Subway, and if you requested it, and they knew how, they would still do that cut. But that was probably even 15 years ago. So
Yeah, that was
I
like
doubt anyone knows how to do it anymore.
It was like 15 guard changes ago. Yeah, probably no one knows how to do it. Plus, the lettuce now just gives me diarrhea, so I gotta steer clear.
I stick to Jimmy John's now.
We got a Jimmy John's here. They just frustrate me because they're like, we deliver within a 5-block radius.
Fucking Jimmy John's. Yeah, that's how. No, under 5 minutes, because the furthest we go is 5 minutes from the store. 5 foot.
Right? Yeah.
I think we have 3 in the town I live in, and none of them deliver to our house. We're like right outside like the little radius of each one.
I'm still all about that Firehouse, baby, although I haven't been there recently. But I need to get on that Jersey Mike's tip, because I have not had a Jersey Mike's sub, and I've heard, as far as like chains go, Jersey Mike's is pretty damn good.
They're delicious, and they carry Tasty Cakes, which is like the only place you can get them out here on the West Coast.
What is a Tasty Cake?
A Tasty Cake is like...
It was a Jersey thing. It is
or Philly.
It's a bakery brand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like they have like a lot of different like snack cakes, but I would say like I would compare them to like Little Debbie or Hostess, but then Lady Grimm would come in here and punch me in the face because she'll like die on that sword. That Tasty Cakes have no comparison to those other ones. Which after having them, she's not wrong.
I mean, Tasty Cakes, with the exception of their little chocolate donut, I do prefer just about everything Tasty Cake will do.
Interesting.
Butterscotch Crimpets, best Tasty Cake. That's in my
opinion. What a crumpet is. I know what a crumpet is.
Down.
You guys remember when Raphael watched Critters and then bought a hockey dude out in the park? It's a weird movie.
Was that the one where... Was it Critters the movie or Critters the porno where it fucked Crash Bandicoot?
Man, I wish it was Critters, the porn where Crash Bandicoot fucked him, which I think was a Boston legend, right? Phil got it. Thanks, Phil.
Well, you got any more of them questions, Dave?
I got a few questions. I'm curious if you guys know how much this game is on average. How much? Let's go with NBA Hangtime, since that is the one that the randomizer selected for us. It's the honor system, of course, because we're recording remotely. You could all be looking this up. But, Tyler, how much do you think this game is loose on average, according to PriceCharting.com?
15.57.
15.57? Okay. Graham, what do you think?
I think this one was kind of like the bastard child. It came out fairly late, so probably not as many people picked it up. I'm gonna say 31.50.
31.50? Okay. Phil, what do you think? $1, Bob. Okay.
You son of a bitch.
Actual retail value of NBA Hangtime for the Super NES, used loose at the time of this recording, according to PriceCharting.com, is $8.96.
Yeah.
So the closest without going over is, in fact, Phil, if we're playing by Price is Right rules.
Good job,
but
Phil.
if we are not playing by Price is Right rules, I think Tyler might be a little bit closer. Yeah. And he's the co-host of the show, so I'm going to go with Tyler.
Yeah.
And he didn't win Champ or Chump, so, and I didn't either, so neither of the Tadpog boys won.
So
we
fuck
need to
Ben
win.
is what we're getting at.
So Tyler wins.
It was just me in chat the whole time. Who's Ben?
Oh, you were the one who asked who's Ben? Ben
Like
said
3
that.
times. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, and then suddenly someone says it's Ben Caruth. I'm like, I've heard that name before. I still don't know who he is.
It's Street Pizza. Street Pizza Ben.
Yep, I figured that out. Like, I don't know, a few days later
Yeah, that's usually how stuff like that works for me, too.
when he was streaming, and I was like,
Oh, Ben!
oh, yep, that was exactly my reaction. Oh, you're that guy.
I got some other questions for you guys. Specifically Tyler. I said you guys, but it was actually directed directly at Tyler. Tyler, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would have to give it from the game. So the beard of Bill Clinton, but he normally does not have facial hair, so just the pussy juice dripping beard of a post oral sex Bill Clinton.
That's a pretty good beard.
It's a good beard. But this is still NBA Jam. I think this is still good.
Yeah.
I think it's still fun, but of course it's just
But you don't want your friends to see you playing it.
yeah, there you go.
Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I'd give it the glasses of Hillary Clinton, but they're blacked out because she doesn't see anything.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That had to been tough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that had to been tough.
Monica Lewinsky does have a hilarious Twitter, though.
Oh, is that right?
And she did a very good interview with John Oliver last year.
Yeah, you showed me that, and that was a very good interview. Yeah,
It's like, I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
Looking back now, had I been her age and the fucking president is hitting on you and then your whole life is ruined for, I mean, Monica had it fucking hard.
Yep.
If anything else, Bill Clinton was the predator there. Don't be mad at Monica.
Yeah, I think that's probably very fair to say. Man in power.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a question for everybody. Do you guys feel like NBA Hangtime should belong on TADPOG's top 100 Super Nintendo games?
On your personal one, no, I think you guys would probably want Tournament.
I'd have to agree with Phil.
I like Hangtime better, but I'm fine with Tournament Edition. It's got the better announcer. It's got the better hidden characters. It's got the better music. So, yeah.
If only it had that character creator.
Yeah.
I would say like top 250.
Yeah. I don't think this is a bad game. I don't think this is a bad game at all. I just think that this is not a game that is for me. You know, if I had played this in middle school instead of NBA Jam in middle school, I would have liked this game just as much. I'm sure of it. But yeah. I agree with Phil's sentiment. I think the NBA Jam Tournament Edition would get my vote to go on TADPOG's Top 100. It is the NBA Jam Tournament Edition is the game of the month on the SNES Club for the TADPOG Discord. If anybody's listening and interested in that. I have played probably 30 minutes of it. That might be all that I'm going to do. But hey, if you guys like it and want to talk about it, there is conversation about it on the Discord.
Do we have a quiz or anything from one Ross Rachel Green?
I do have something that was sent to me by one Ross Rachel Green,
Hell yeah.
Prime Inquisitor. I have not opened it yet, so I don't know if it's a quiz or not. One of these weeks, he's going to send me a link, and I'm going to click on it, and it's just going to be a picture of Goatsy.
Also an unlockable character.
Goatsy, man. Yeah, in the cereal NBA Jam. Pour your milk and Rice Krispies in here. Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, a kidney
Snap.
bowl.
Snap, crackle, pop, baby. Like, if you were going to pour cereal in your
Snap,
butt,
crackle, poop.
it's probably Rice Krispies. That's probably the one to do, right? Because it reacts to the milk.
Yeah.
You pour cereal into Goatsy, and it sounds like dropping that key in Final Fantasy 2 into the well to the underworld.
Yeah. I was thinking it, like, speaks to you. Like, you know, like, it's like that's how you actually truly divine the future, is pour Rice Krispie treats and milk and Goatsy, and then put your ear towards the hole.
It's like reading the tea leaves. Listen to
Yes.
the pop of the crackles.
I mean, I guess if there was anything that would get me to try eating ass again, it would be cereal.
There you go. It's nature's bowl.
I'm gonna need you to make some fresh Rice Krispie treats and smear them all over your wife's asshole and just fucking go to town. Like a dog getting peanut butter out of one of those trap treats. Just getting in it.
Honey, we need to go ahead and get cleaned up. Do we have any marshmallows?
Marshmallow cream.
No, I make my own.
I do have a quiz. It looks like a quiz that is entitled, Who's That PC? This is coming in from Prime Inquisitor Ross Rachel Green. He writes, Bloody sports. Not literally bloody sports. That might make a good game, but often not. You did well at the quiz where you guessed the names of the sports stars that had games licensed. So in a bit of a twist, can you guess these games based on the names of the character that starred in them? Is that close enough? I think it is. In a bit of a throwback, these are games that you played in the past, not specifically Super Nintendo games. Also, I will include show numbers as well as the titles in order of oldest to latest. Can we guess the names of the games based on the names of the character that starred in them?
Okay.
I vote no. There's four of us. I'm buzzed. I don't think that I can do this. I barely understand the instructions, but you guys got it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. This game show stars 1 or 2 lucky contestants, and lucky is in quotation marks. Probably the NBA Jam cereal game where you're playing as Lucky the Leprechaun, and probably Tricks the Rabbit on a team together. And it could be like the Simpsons arcade game where, like, if you choose 2 characters, they have a special move together that's only specific to those 2 characters. It'd be great, I'm telling you.
Smash TV?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Smash TV, that comes to mind.
Have
Okay.
you guys? Is it one that you guys have played before?
Oh, yeah. By your request, I thought.
So Super Smash TV then.
Super
Oh,
Smash
yeah.
TV.
Smash
Okay,
TV.
all right. Thank you, Phil, for the distinction. I think that sounds good. You want to lock it in?
Lock it in.
Locking it in. It is, in fact, TADPOG episode 119, Super Smash TV. Well done. Next question. This racing game starred Dr. Stewart, Pico, and Samurai Goro.
F-Zero.
F-Zero. All right, are we all good with this?
Yeah, I don't remember Stuart Pico.
Dr.
What?
Stewart, Pico, and Samurai Goro.
So
Dr.
these,
Stewart was the golden driver of the Golden Fox, the super fast ship. Pico was the green one, and Samurai Goro was the very slow but slow
one.
acceleration, high max speed pink ship.
You got look, your confidence and your knowledge has convinced me. I'm good to lock in F-Zero if the rest of y'all are.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he didn't say Captain Falcon because that'd be made it too easy.
That'd be a giveaway, right? He's the only one that I could have named, yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Him and Dr. Hands. I'm sorry, Mr. Hands. I'm sorry, this is before he went to medical school. Locking it in. It is, in fact, TADPOG episode 132, F-Zero. Well done, Tyler. Next question. This RPG stars Randy, Prim, and Popoi. That is Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana.
Or Secret of Mana, yeah. Are we good to lock that one in?
yeah,
No.
no.
All right, Tyler, what do you think? Championship pool?
Yeah, it's Randy. It's the only Randy game.
Well, that and Austin Powers.
You guys ever made it to Popoi in Championship Pool?
No, I'm afraid I did not. I'm going to lock in Secret of Mana. It is, in fact, TADPOG episodes 150/152, Secret of Mana. Next question. This puzzle is Maze Game stars I, me, gone, and baby. That is Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Um,
Simple.
And I don't know what episode number it is, but are you guys okay to lock that one in? I feel pretty confident about it.
Yeah. What was the last episode number?
152.
I feel like this is gonna be a big jump.
Super Monkey Ball?
Yeah.
Let's say like 173.
All right, we'll go with 173. Super Monkey Ball. It is, in fact, 171. Super Monkey
damn.
Ball 2. We fucked up. It was sorry, I fucked up. It was Super Monkey Ball 2. Very close on the episode number, though. And I'll be honest, Mimi, Gone, and Baby were also probably in Super Monkey Ball 1. So, maybe Baby wasn't. Because, it's Baby. Next question. This Genesis RPG stars Prince Ali. That is Beyond Oasis,
Beyond
I think.
Oasis. Yeah, you're right. Beyond Oasis.
Fabulous He, Alibaba. What episode number? You guys want to guess, Grim? I know you're kind of going to the backlog. Beyond Oasis?
I'm trying to think if I've listened to that one yet. I think I'd have. I want to say maybe because I'm not too far past Catherine, which was 195.
It's a good game.
I want to say 187.
All right, 187 on a motherfucking Prince. Are you guys good to lock in 187 Beyond Oasis?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, locking it in. It is, in fact, TADPOG episode 187 Beyond Oasis. That is a fucking double dunk, I believe you would call it.
Where's the horn? I don't have.
Sorry, we're doing it remote. We got no horns.
I know.
Very well done. I vaguely remember thinking Beyond Oasis was a good game. I remember playing a lot of that.
Yeah, it's a good one. That was when you guys were doing the top 25 Genesis games.
Yeah. And I feel like that one definitely belonged on that list. I don't think I finished it, but I tried really hard because I liked it. Next question. This on-rails shooter starred Todd. His second name would give the title of the game away.
Off the rails shooter.
Say that again?
This on-rails shooter starred Todd. His second name would give the title of the game away. Is this Pokemon Snap? Was that character's name Todd? Because I know it wasn't Ash. I know it wasn't Red. Wasn't it like Todd Snap'em or something like that?
That'll work for me.
I just figured there was a member of Aerosmith named Todd that I wasn't aware of.
Was that on the Dorkly's top 25?
It was, yeah. I believe that Tadpog Sweetheart Nicole was on that.
I'm good with Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Pokemon Snap. What episode number? You got a guess?
I haven't made it that far yet. Let's say 233.
233, Pokemon Snap. Locking it in. It is, in fact, 206 Pokemon Snap. Next question. This FPS starred Secret Agent and James Bond with boobs rip off Joanna.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect, yeah. That's
Perfect Dark. Got an episode number guess?
210.
210, Perfect Dark.
210.
Locking it in. 210, 110 for each one of Joanna's boobs. It is, in fact, 224
Fuck.
Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark. We got the one that matters. Next question. This truly awful game stars Khalil, LaShawn, and Pee-wee.
Bebe's Kid.
That's gotta be Bebe's Kid. What episode number do you think Bebe's Kids was? They don't die, they multiply, if that affects your answer.
Is that an Other Shit Monday game, probably?
It would have had to have been, I think, in order for it to be in, yeah. While we were doing the N64 games.
Say 243.
243, Bebe's Kids, locking it in, is in fact 265 Bebe's Kids. Next question. This game stars, among others, Aiko, Belly, Celeste, and Q. Kyu. Q.
Huh.
Aiko is A-I-K-O, if this helps anybody, because I don't know the answer to this one. Belly, B-E-L-I. Celeste, I only know of one Celeste, really.
For my Cauldron game.
Uh-huh.
They sound like RPG character names.
It
Yeah.
does.
Or monkey names. Do we do another monkey ball?
name. That one is probably Super Monkey Ball 1.
Fantasy Star?
Yeah, cute. That kind of gives me some kind of Phantasy Star vibes, but I'm
Like
trying to
Fantasy
think.
Star 2?
But see, that would be out of order then, I think, because Perfect Dark was in 64, right?
N64 came before Sega, though.
You're right. The only reason we did Beyond Oasis beforehand is I think it was an Eventually game.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Is that right?
Because Perfect Dark we did at Annex 2. Fantasy Star 4 we did at the house I'm currently living.
Yeah, this is a weird journey.
Because you went from top 100, and then there was a little period there where it was only Eventually games while you figured out what list to do. And you did your April Fool's episode, which was amazing. I don't understand why some people didn't like that. And then,
The Pops Ghostly?
yes,
Yeah, I love that. I love that one. Great game.
the story of Tyler and Jacob doing all that blow
Yeah, fuck yeah,
and
man.
running into someone. Ran into someone. But yeah, then you went to N64. So I'm going to say Fantasy Star 2 or 4 or something.
I'd recognize the names from 4. I bet 2.
Fantasy Star 2, you guys, we want to lock that one in?
Do it. Lock
Yeah,
it in.
sounds good to me.
All right. What episode number do you think it might be? Probably 269, right? Because it has a 69 in it. All right, 269, Fantasy Star 2, we said, right?
Yep.
Locking it in. It is, in fact, 286, Honey Pop.
Son of a bitch.
I know, right? Well, I gotta be honest, I feel pretty okay that I don't remember those girls' names.
Just those cup sizes they were rocking.
Yeah, exactly. Which, actually, I honestly don't remember those because I would use, like, a visual for that to, like, remember that. I'd recall them in my mind, and it's like none of the cup sizes matched any of those girls. Drawn breasts.
Except for the one who got AIDS in the sequel.
That's correct. I think that was the subtitle of Honey Pop 2, right? The one that you don't like got AIDS. And final question. This game, based on a film, stars either Dr. Angelo or Carla Parquette. So it's based on a film, Dr. Angelo or Carla Parquette. I have no idea. These names mean nothing to me. I don't think they do.
A movie
Based
with
off a film.
doctors.
I think what he might be doing is making it difficult by, like, so whoever played Dr. Angelo is probably in this movie, might not be named Dr. Angelo, and whoever played Carla Parquette may also be in this movie. Or maybe I'm overthinking it.
I'm drawing a blank.
Doctors Rex Ronan, experimental surgeon.
I'm good to lock. I wish that was a film. If that was a film, I would absolutely watch it. I'd kickstart that. But it is a game based on a film. No Escape is the only thing I can think of because of Ray Liotta.
Did we do like Jurassic Park 3 or something?
Let's see. What did we do? That was Jurassic Park. Yeah, we did, like, there was a Genesis game that was like Beyond the Lost World or something like.
Or like Moonwalker?
Moonwalker. Locking it in. I'm going to say it's episode 304. Moonwalker. It is, in fact, episode 305, The Lawnmower Man.
I think he's gotten us twice in the Lawnmower Man.
Yeah. Well, it's a shitty game. It's a shitty movie. So it's a pretty okay short story, though. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you, Ross, for sending that in.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed that.
It's a good premise.
Ross told me that if we got all of those correct, the episode numbers and the names of the games, all of them correct, that he would have sent us a bronze medal winners Barcelona, Lithuania, 1992 tie-dye t-shirt. But
The original.
Fuck.
an original. Signed by the Grateful Dead. That's like a Simpsons episode. I don't feel like shit like that happens in real life. Like, it is literally one of those things where it's like, Phil, you can definitely speak to this. I can't, because I am not a journalist. But I feel like if I was reporting that story, I think that I would feel like no one would believe this. Like, if this were a novel, if this were a fictional story, like, the editor would be like, this is unbelievable.
Well. What we do from here? I've also been drinking quite a bit of grapefruit juice and Tanqueray.
Let's pray, shall we?
Pray, yeah, good point.
Let us bow our heads.
We'll bow our heads. I don't have the batter up in here because I'm not in the garage, so I'll have to,
Use that Tanqueray bottle.
All right.
Did you not bring the Louisville Slugger inside once you got the batter up?
Well, it's okay because that Tanqueray bottle is also Donnie Jeffcoat's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, it is signed by him.
Yeah.
Most people don't know his middle name is Tanqueray. Donnie
Just
Tanqueray
Donnie
Jeffcoat.
Tanqueray.
Yeah. So I want to make sure you appease the randomizer, you know?
You're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put this Tanqueray bottle, signed by Donnie Jeffcoat, on the ground, put my head to it to turn my no-no hole in a random direction.
What
Say
is
the prayer
the-
we all love to say.
What is the thing that they use in church to, like, sprinkle the holy waters? That they, like, aspergillium or whatever? What's that thing called?
Aspergillicum.
Aspergillium. Put some Tanqueray in that. That's,
Perfect. Tanqueray or Jaeger.
Oh, both. Mix them together.
That's a wonderful combination, gin and Jaeger.
Yeah, guys, let's summon the devil.
Oh,
All right, the prayer we all love to say.
I think we should all pray.
Let's all pray.
Please.
okay.
No whammies, stop.
705. 705.
Ugh,
Is that an X?
that's late.
It's a late one. Not the soda beverage. It
Wanderers
is a late one.
of E.
Bill, you got the correct first letter. It is W. And this is a game that is kind of well known.
Wordtris. We got Wayne Gretzky's Combat Hockey.
WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game.
I feel like Wordtris is as close as we are going to get. It is 705 World Heroes.
World Heroes.
World Heroes.
I
Which
remember
is,
that game.
oh yeah, that is a,
I've never heard of this.
oh yes, well, you'll know it when you see it. I believe we played this over at your brother's house. This is a Street Fighter 2 clone.
That's being generous.
It is being generous, yes, it
Like
is
a
being
Street
generous.
Fighter 2 clone that was cloned.
Yeah, I predict many multiplicity jokes in our future.
Wonderful.
So, World Heroes. Praise be to the randomizer that is not a fucking sports game. I'm
Yep.
just
All
so
hail.
happy.
There is a football player in World Heroes. So
That's
there's
fine. That's perfect, actually. You know, that's perfect.
Dave's like, I'm beating up in this game.
That. Oh, that might be World Heroes too. Never mind.
Well, maybe we'll do World Heroes and World Heroes 2. I don't know.
So we haven't played a football.
So,
Characters.
He'll hear you. It'll hear you. Daddy
that's true.
randomizer will hear you. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Well, thanks you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Good
It
to
was
be
awesome
here.
having you on.
Let's see. So this next episode, World Heroes. Let's see. Hey, do you want to call us? Leave a voicemail. We couldn't get to it today. That's definitely too many technological barriers. But you can call us at 270-883-2555. If you want to send us something for us to open, next time Dave and I are together and can open something, send it to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Speaking of that, you're going to have some chips on your way here shortly.
Oh, hell
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Pacific Northwest favorite. Kettle cooked.
All right.
Tim's Cascades.
Okay.
Good chips.
It's a good brand.
All right.
What else we do? We're on Facebook, TADPOG. Post memes, episode announcements. If you're a fan, like that dank shit, TADPOG Nation. If you're a good boy or girl who likes their fun organized, you got that Discord. Dave, what is that? bit.ly/TADPOG podcast?
bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
TADPOG Discord. Fuck.
You'll get it one day, Tyler.
I'll get it one day.
I fucked it up that first time, and then it was just like, I fucked it up, and then your trust in me is so great that you're just like, Dave knows what he's talking about.
It's permanent. I am printed on that.
Yep, exactly. That's fine. I mean, look, if you want to get... How good of an idea is it if I did Skullman Lithuania masks.tadpog.com, where you could go and get a bootleg 1992 Lithuania Grateful Dead slam dunk mask that you could wear. If you want to get that, yeah, I would definitely wear one of. I'd buy one of those for $12 for sure. Yeah, for sure. If you want to get a Tadpog mask instead, which is much more disappointing but available, you can get that at masks.tadpog.com. And then we've got shirts. Shirts are back up at shirts.tadpog.com. Now that they're back up, give me a minute. Just sit right there, and I will put the new Soda Jerks shirt that Jonathan has given us. I'll get that up there soon.
I love that design.
It's fantastic. The design is amazing. You guys are going to love it. I'll announce it for sure on the episode when it is up. Hopefully it'll be up next week.
Let's see. It's TADPOG_podcast for our Twitter and our Instagram. Most importantly, we got that Patreon.
We do.
Let me pull that shit up. Should have been doing that, but then I was like, we'll drink another little drink here.
It'll be fine.
We'll drink boo.
If it's good enough for Donnie, Tanqueray, Jeffcoat, then it's good enough for us.
That's true. You're damn right. DTJ. All right. So I want to thank Dig Dougie, kicking it up. Thank you very much, Dig Dougie. Another boost from Cthusiast Jeff Miners. Thank you very much. And then doubling the donation, Jonathan Martinez. Thank you very, very much.
Nice.
But I do think we have a copious amount of executive producers.
This episode is executive produced by Usurper Graham, Steve Dixon, Coronavirus Savior, Cubicle Monkey, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cousin David Galino, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Paper Chase Coburn, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Platinum member Brett Miller, Joseph Phillips, Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, congratulations on your marriage, Zeus Laser, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, and Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Plinko Nick Price, and Demented Lemming. Thanks, y'all. We appreciate it. Also, if you enjoyed the show, which let's face it, if you made it to this point in the episode, you did, you can, and you don't have any money, and you're like, I want to support these guys, I don't have any money, you can leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. It would be a big help. We got a review recently that came in from God of Hammers 30, who gave us a 5-star review, who said, these guys have okay knowledge about the games they're talking about, but they are A-class comedians. I also love the obvious sexual tension between the two hosts. So thank you, God of Hammers 30.
Cut it with a knife.
Hell yeah. Well,
look, Tyler doesn't look when he wipes, so there's no fucking chance that's gonna, that ain't happening.
I know.
Sorry,
I got a bidet now, too. It's all washed off.
Ooh.
All right, that's back on the table. Back on
those
the
fancy ones?
Did you get one of those Amazon hookups, or like what you got?
I did. I got an Amazon hookup one.
Is it cold water only, or is it the one that does that goes to the hot water?
I was gonna get the warm water one, but my toilet is too far from my sink.
All right.
Because you use the hot water line from your sink. So I got a cold water one, which is actually totally fine.
All right. Okay. Well, sexual tension's back on. It's back on the table.
The cold water would be better. It kind of perk you up in the morning, you know?
Shoot, I don't know, man. Yikes.
Save so much money on coffee. You just shot of cold water up your ass to get you going.
How about room temperature? Can we settle on room temperature? I'm happy to report, this goes in with the 5-star review. We are ranked, TADPOG is ranked number 4 on Apple Podcasts for Slovakia video games category.
I thought you were going to say Lithuania.
Well,
Next week.
Maybe. And we're number 10 on Slovakia's leisure genre on Apple Podcasts. So it's fair to say that we're pretty big in Slovakia.
Slovakia. NBA player Richard Petruska. That's the only one I can find.
Yeah, I was about to say, you either made your bluff check or... Because it's I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Well, our theme song is Moves on Sycamore Drive. Link to that track to that shows at TADPOG.com. How do you guys want to close this one out?
I think it should be Grimm's decision, seeing as it's his debut.
Man, I really want to go somewhere with this.
Go.
Listen to all these old episodes.
Go there with it.
Just old school Josh Dance.
Okay. We're going to keep it at a 6 tonight. Okay.
So until next time, Tropical Capricorn.
And now, a dramatic reading by Tyler Holland.
I pile on the candy. It's such a pretty sight. It makes all the food taste dandy, but my tummy hurts all night. I'll put in some ingredients, but keep the rest from me. I'm not just disobedient. I'm careful. Can't you see? It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you've got to do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy.